Royals wearing their blue uniforms, trimmed in white, basically, with white numerals and a little bit of red trim here and there, while the Warriors will be wearing their home goals. Warriors will be shooting at the goal down to our right. Manny Sokol steps in between Connie Durking and Clyde Lee. We're set to go as the tip is batted around, comes right back to Durking. Now to Oscar Robertson, working in front, giving to Van Leer. Van Leer, rather quick type of mover, feeds in the post to Durking, out to Foster, right of the key, pulls up a 10-foot jumper, good. Foster hits, and it's a 2-0 ball game, Cincinnati. Mullins on the left side with Oscar Robertson guarding. Mullins comes across to the right, whips it to Portman near the right corner. Back out to Mullins. Bounces once, feeds now into the post. It goes to Lucas. A hook shot up off the back rim, no good. Lee rebounds, returns a hook underneath, bounces in. Clyde hit 10 out of 15 from the floor last night against Phoenix. 2-2 game. Foster to the foul line, drops the ball, picks it up in the lane, gets a bad pass out that Robertson gets near the midcourt line, snaps it to Foster on the right. One hand set, 21 feet, off the back rim and no good. The rebound comes bouncing out in the corner, which grabbed by Foster. Bullets one to Oscar on the point, then in deep to Van Arsdale, who wedges up a shot missing, taken off by Mullins. Mullins loses the ball of his own accord. Foster knocks it away. Lee dives, but Van Leer gets it. Van Leer, forecourt, Cincinnati. Over to Foster, driving all the way. Lays it in. So it's a 4-2 ball game, Cincinnati. Mullins comes up court. Van Leer, quick handing, guarding Fritz Williams. Oscar drops off Mullins right now. Over to Williams, left side angle, 35 feet out. Dribbling toward the top of the key behind Lee's pick. Whips one to Mullins on the right. Open jumper. No good. A little off to the left. Rebound knocked away by Lucas. One out of bounds. Cincinnati ball. All set now. Here's Van Leer coming into the forecourt. The rookie guard. Works across against Williams, dishes it off to Oscar, back to Van Leer in front, whips it over the left side angle to Van Arsdale. He dribbles the edge of the key, goes for a jumper, 16 feet over and off, rebound taken by Lucas. Gets it to Mullins. Mullins comes up court with Al Adams hollering a play from the Warrior bench. Mullins out in front with a pass to Williams between the circles, back to Jeffrey. Works off the left, bounce pass to Portman, left corner, quick jump shot up, no good, he's fouled. Van Arsdale and Foster both went to him as Van Arsdale catches the foul. Portman working that baseline pattern, coming from right to left, past a double pick. The Royals, I think, anticipated that one coming, Hank, but Bob still got the shot up and got fouled.
He was able to get it off faster than Van Arsdale could figure out exactly what was he knew what was happening, but he couldn't get to him in time to block it cleanly.
Portman makes the first free throw. Second is no good. Rebounded by Durking. Cincinnati by one. Outlet pass to Van Leer into the forecourt with the ball. Whips it off to Durking, left of the key. Decides on a jumper. It's a good decision. Durking buries one, and it's 6-3. Williams on the right side now. Works between the circles laterally, giving to Mullins, right back to Fritz. Juggles, retrieves, back to Mullins, right side angle, in deep to Portman, baseline right. Van Arsdale up on him, chest to chest. Cross-court pass to Williams, top of the key. Takes the jumper over Lee's semi-pick. Around and off. The rebound loose on the floor. Picked up by Van Leer, knifing in. Here he comes with a hard dribble. He likes to hurry it up. Top of the key, comes with the ball. Gives it now to Durking. At the foul line, a jump shot's blocked by Portman and taken out of the air by Clyde Lee. Lee brings the dribble up court himself. Stops top of the key, fires at Williams on the right, who drives around Van Leer, who slaps the ball out of his hands, but it hit Clyde Lee and went out of bounds. 6-3, Cincinnati. Van Leer holds up a play sign. He brings up the ball a good deal now, whereas Oscar used to more often. Dribbles between his legs, gives to Durking up high, then out to Oscar on the point. Works his dribble to the right of the key, snaps it to the right side angle of Foster, drives diagonally into the lane. He's in trouble and passes off. He's fouled on the pass off by Mullins. Mullins sagged back in to help out, picked up the foul.
Well, it kind of looks as if they're letting Van Leer run the offense more than Oscar, who has been kind of supplemental to what Cincinnati is doing offensively right now.
Foster's free throw is bouncing over and in. 7-3 Royals.
Come on, play ball now.
Now Williams starts up court. Van Leer guarding. Clyde Lee guarded by Durking. Lucas by Foster. Portman by Van Arsdale. Lee on a high post, swings it to Lucas. Left corner, dribbles, stops, tries to pass into the pivot. It's jammed up, knocked away. Picked up by Mullins. Left corner, dribbles to the baseline. Slides under one man. Durking checks him off, so he swings it to Lucas out top of the key. Luke dribbling, double team, fires to Portman. Baseline left, jumper up, no good. Got a whistle, 3 seconds. I think it was Clyde Lee. I'm not sure. It was not Portman, apparently. He was outside the lane. So the Royals leading 7-3 in a rather slow-paced early ball game here, just 3:10 into it. Warriors have only one field goal. Durking in a wide post, left the key, bounce a pass to Foster, goes back door, lays it in on the left side. He beat Lucas, hands down on a backdoor cut. Timeout call by the Warriors as Al Adams doesn't want to see things get to a very early chase-em game for the Warriors with 8:41 to go in the first quarter. The scoreboard shows Cincinnati 9, the Warriors 3. 13-8, Cincinnati. Pass to the left side for Lee for the Warriors. Back to Odie Smith again. Van Leer guarding him. Smith trying to hang him on a pick. He does. Goes top of the key. Goes into the lane. Shoots off balance. No good. Rebound taken by Oscar Robertson. Outlet pass to Van Leer. Hands the ball behind himself and then fires to the left side of Van Arsdale. Back to Van Leer. Fakes right. Goes left. Pulls up. Hangs a pass to Durking. Bullets it up to Van Arsdale. Left to the key jumper. Good. 16-footer by Van Arsdale. So it's 15-8, Cincinnati. All the scoring done by the Cincinnati front line. Neither guards Robertson or Van Leer have tallied thus far. On the left, Mullins forces Foster to switch to him. Now to Ellis straight away. Ellis fakes left, dribbles, feeds it over to the right for a long jumper by Smith. He in and out, bouncing again. No good. Tipped in, Lucas. Lucas perfectly timed the tip. 15-10, Cincy. On the left, Robertson going toward the corner. Now he turns his back to Mullins, who's guarding him. Holds the ball, feeds deep to Durking. Durking swings up a hook from the left. No good from 10 feet. Rebounded by Smith, knocked away by Van Leer. Loose ball, retrieved by Ellis. His pass to Odie Smith. Van Leer knocks it away in the backcourt. Ellis picks it up again. Now it goes to Mullins. Mullins gets it across, firing to Smith. Top of the key to Lucas. Left corner, a dribble, a pass inside to Mullins in the lane. Hangs up a flip shot. Good. He's fouled. It counts. Foul is on Van Arsdale. His second personal. Here's Mullins on the line. Warriors trailing by 3 here. Boy, Van Leer is very, very quick in his reactions, and he hung back there and twice almost picked off for keeps those Warrior passes in the backcourt. He's very tenacious. Reactions are excellent. Free throw missed by Mullins. Van Leer hawks down the rebound on the bounce. Came out the baseline. Comes across now. Met by Odie Smith. He dribbles down the left sideline. Whips it back to Oscar in front. Oscar with the dribble, top of the key on Mullins. Jumper 17 feet. Perfect. Utter precision. 17-12. Odie Smith now to Lucas. Back to Smitty. Down the left side. Cuts the corner. Feeds underneath to Lee. A whirl layup. Good. Lee spun the body, turned his back to his man, and laid it in. Fine move by Odie. 17-14 Cincinnati. Right side Foster, 25 feet out. Holds, dribbles, pulls up, 21-foot jumper. Perfect. 11 for Foster. Inbound pass. Foster's averaging 14.7 per game for the season. Mullins for the Warriors coming across. Odie Smith giving him a bit of a moving screen at midcourt as Jeff picked up by Oscar now. Over to Ellis in the right side angle. Van Arsdale guarding. Ellis dribbles once, top of the key, gives to Smith coming down the right of the lane. All the way, lays it up. It's too hard. It's tipped no good by Lee. It's rebounded up and good by Lucas. 1916 Royals. Quickly Van Arsdale burns it into the right corner of the forecourt. Shoots a quick jumper that's no good. Mullins slaps the rebound out to himself. Comes dribbling with the ball into the forecourt. Edge of the key. Left corner to Smith. Long one-hander. Over the rim and off. Rebound by Durking. Long pass up court to Foster. Hanging, driving ahead of everybody. Scores a layup. Foster 13 points out of Cincinnati's 21. They lead by 5. Ellis hurries it up the left side for the Warriors. He had 21 last night against Phoenix. And a great defensive job. Now to Mullins. Top of the key. Turns it on down the lane between two men. Slings up a hook that's low and wide. Rebounded by Durking. Outlet to Van Leer. Underhand to Robertson. Into the forecourt. Burns it into the lane. Bounces one to the right for Van Arsdale, who lays it up. It's good. He's fouled. It counts. The ball perched on the back rim for seconds before it fell in, and Ellis fouled him. So it's 23-16 Cincy.
Well, it's evident the Royals are releasing men early every time the Warriors put up a shot, which keeps the pressure on one of the Warriors to stay back to keep that long outlet pass from resulting in an easy hoop.
Last couple of times that happened, it has come when a Warrior guard was driving, which put a little bit more of a Warrior strength in deep. The rebound missed, or the free throw missed, and Van Leer gets the rebound again just by tenacity. Feeds out to the right for Van Arsdale. He pumps and misses a jumper from 15. Lee rebounds. Over to Mullins on the left. Down to Odie Smith. Bounce pass on the right to Ellis. Flat foot jumper, 18 feet. Good. Ellis hits. Robertson forecourt for Cincinnati. They're up by 5. He's on the left side where Mullins checks him. Durking gives Oscar a screen. The pass to Van Leer. Top of the key to Robertson again. Lobs one over the right corner of Van Leer. Goes baseline. Runs into Odie Smith. The foul is on Van Leer. Charging. Offensive foul. Goes back to the Warriors. Lucas comes out. Gamby comes in for the Warriors. Time is called here by Cincinnati. 2:59 to go. First quarter, and the scoreboard shows Royals 23, Warriors 18.
Bill, one thing the Royals evidently feel they can do is run the Warriors, who are not known as a particularly speedy ball club, and Cincinnati has run at every opportunity. They're making the long outlet pass, if not the long length of the court pass. At least on that first pass, they're getting the ball almost to midcourt. And you recall that's just what they did the last time the teams played at the Cow Palace, when Cincinnati was very impressive in chalking up an easy win that night. Get the ball into the offensive zone as quickly as possible.
Johnny Green has come in now for Cincinnati, replacing Foster, who leaves for the moment with 13 points. Gamby top of the key gives to Mullins, coming up to the right. Green picks him up on a switch. Mullins backs off, looks into Gamby, guarded by Robertson. Slight mismatch as Dave starts up a hook. He's called for 3 seconds. So back it goes to the Royals. Van Leer will inbound. Has cat-like reflexes. Here he comes into the forecourt. He's pretty quick with the ball, too. Bounce pass now to Green. High post. Looks deep. Swings to Durking. Left side. Jump shot. 18 feet. No good. Rebound. Ellis stabs it. Fought for control, but gives it now to Smith. Long pass down court to Clyde Lee. Whirls away from Durking's gamble. Drives for the hoop and scores on a 5-foot hook. He hooked it in front of him, coming in from the left. A rather strange shot, but effective. On the right, Durking with the ball now. Out to Robertson, 35 feet straight away. Starts pounding the dribble. Comes off to the left behind Durking's pick and roll move. Clyde Lee switches out. Mismatch inside. Pass to Durking. Guarded by the smaller Mullins. Flips it in from the left. They milked that mismatch immediately that time. 25-20, Cincinnati. On the left with the ball now is Mullins. Working along the side. Comes toward the top of the key. Robertson fights a pick. Now to Smith. The reverses on Van Leer, but who stays with him. Now to Ellis and a whistle. Odie Smith set a moving pick. Warriors offensive foul. Goes back to Cincinnati again. Ellis is guarding Van Arsdale, and Gamby now is on the quick and very experienced Johnny Green. Robertson up at the top of the key. Dribbling now off to the right. Turns, takes the jumper. Perfect! Oscar's only 2 for 2, and it's 27-20. On the left side, Ellis to the corner, cuts the baseline, sweeps in to score with a layup as he beat Van Arsdale on a straight-out drive. Long pass to Van Arsdale now, going to the right corner, pulls up, whips it back to Oscar, right side angle, holds the ball high over the head, looks deep for Green, feeds high to Durking, whips it off to the left for Van Leer, a jumper on the way, over and off, Lee on the board, Warrior ball, hook pass, length the court, Smith in the lane, takes it, he twists up a shot, is fouled as the shot doesn't go. Van Leer right on him as he caught the pass, whacked him into the backboard padding on the framework of the basket. And it'll be 3 to make 2. I'm sorry, it's only the 4th team foul on Cincinnati, not the 5th. Van Leer has picked up his 3rd personal. He and Van Arsdale have all the fouls for Cincinnati. Van has 2, but one of those fouls has been an offensive foul.
Doesn't pay to have your last name begin with Van.
Smith has hit one and duplicates, and it's 27-24 now, Cincinnati. Jimmy King, the ex-Warrior, getting ready to come in. Robertson on the left side. Dribbling with the ball now, taking up a little slack. Now he backs Mullins up to the 12-foot mark on the left. Now to the 10, now to the 8. Now he falls back for a jumper. Over and off. Tip Van Arsdale, no good. Ellis, another rebound out of the pack. Pass Scotty Smith. Robertson steals cleanly from him. Bounces it to Van Leer, who streaks in. Makes the layup. Robertson snatched it out of Smith's hand as he went by. That was a real steal. Now Ellis, top of the key, goes down the lane against Van Arsdale, hangs up a shot and scores! Kind of sidling in as he jumps sideways. 29-26, Cincinnati. The Royals maintaining a lead between 3 and 5 points. 40 seconds to go in this first quarter. Oscar baseline left, now moves in toward the lane, now curls into the lane, and here's an offensive foul on Oscar, hooking with the left arm. Sokol called the foul, and Oscar storming at Rudolph. Jimmy King in, back healthy after that injury that occurred to him immediately after the trade with Cincinnati. Now Gamby on the left, dribbling. Green fouls him as he slaps at the ball and knocks it away, going by him. Johnny Green picks up his first personal, and now Gamby will have 1 and a penalty. Dave last night played effectively for the Warriors in their win. He hit 2 free throws, running a string to 28 in a row. There's his 29th straight. Now with a 2-hand underhand style, the next one up, good. 30 in a row for Gamby. 29-28, Cincinnati by 1. Jimmy King freewheels into the forecourt on the right side now. Gives it back off to Green, who drives in, spins, flips up an underhand shot, in and out. Green gets his own rebound, lays it in. Green at 6'5", still has those springs in the soles of his feet. 10 seconds to go in the quarter as Mullins deliberately comes up, gives to Ellis on the right. He fakes Van Arsdale, pits it in a Lee. 12-foot hook from the right, no good. Rebound in the lane, snatched by Oscar, outlet to King. And at midcourt, he fires up a long shot that's no good as the horn sounds, ending the first quarter of play. And the scoreboard shows the Royals 31 and the Warriors 28. Fred Foster leads everybody scoring here at the end of a quarter with 13 points as he was on the front end of the fast break several times, and himself just on a straightaway drive went for 2 hoops early, wound up with 6 baskets and a free throw at the quarter mark. The Warrior leaders were Ellis and Clyde Lee, each with 3 baskets. Mullins has 2 baskets, a free throw for 5. Warriors come to the second quarter with Ellis and Gamby, Clyde Lee, Odie Smith, Jeff Mullins. For Cincinnati, Green and Van Arsdale, Durking, Robertson, and Jimmy King. All right, set to go. Warriors trail by 3. And the tip battered around into the backcourt of the Warriors, where it's picked off by Jeff Mullins. Warriors own it. Mullins holds up a play side as Robertson meets him at half court. Pass over to Gamby, left side angle, guarded by Green. Dribbles top of the key. Off to Ellis from the right. Top of the key, up for a jumper, 22 feet. Perfect! Ellis nails his 4th hoop. 31-30 Royals. King on the left for the Warriors near the sideline. 2 hands it off to Robertson in front. Looking at Durkin, gives it to Connie on a high post. Now deep to Johnny Green. Fronted by Gamby, knocked out of bounds. Cincinnati ball. Green will inbound left to the goal baseline. Comes in, intercepted by Clyde Lee in front of Durking. Now to Smith. Smith dribbles out of trouble into the forecourt. Fires it to Clyde. Makes a left-hand grab near the right corner. Baseline jumper. Too hard. Rebound foul. It's a loose ball foul. And Tom Van Arsdale picks up his 3rd personal. Van Leer, as we mentioned already, has 3 and is out of the ballgame right now with King in. Warrior ball again. King on the left, guarding Odie Smith, who swings it off left side angle of Mullins. Looking deep for Gamby, but then dribbles instead. Fires it to Smith on the right. A long 24-foot jumper. Good! Odie Smith, 4 points. Quickly up court is Van Arsdale on the left, going to the corner. Jumper from 20. 2! And so, Warriors' lead was very brief. Cincinnati back up by 1, 33-32. On the right, Mullins going toward the corner. Backs away as Green picks him up on a switch. Looks in, feeds Gamby inside against Oscar. He dribbles Oscar, knocks it away. Clyde Lee picks it up straight away. Now to Ellis, left to the key. Jumper from 22. That's good. Ellis has 5 out of 5. He hasn't missed yet tonight. Top of the key, Robertson. Pass intercepted by Ellis. Ellis dribbling, Oscar after him. Ellis pulls up right of the key, 18-feet jumper. Short, rebound, up and in underneath by Mullins, who sliced inside Oscar to do it. 36-33 Warriors now. Oscar on the right side, giving to Van Arsdale, who shoots a jumper over Oscar's pick. No good, back rim, long rebound, speared by Mullins on the baseline. Jeff dribbles out of the backcourt now. Up the left side, King meets him. Jeff backs away, swings it to Ellis, left corner. He's 5 out of 6. Ellis reverses, goes deep into the corner, a jump shot. King blocks from the side, knocks it out of bounds. That's Jimmy's favorite blocking tactic.
Kind of interesting to see Jimmy King guarding Jeff Mullins when you realize that the 2 of them came to the Warriors in the same trade for Guy Rogers 4 years ago.
Bobby Lewis in for Mullins right now. Foster has come in for Cincinnati, and Van Arsdale gets a breather. Both clubs shot torridly in the first quarter, just a little bit over and under 50%. Gamby on the left. Green knocks the ball away from him and out of bounds. Warrior ball. Warriors were 11 for 23, just barely under 50%. Cincinnati was barely over 50 in the first quarter with 15 of 29. Foster hit 6 out of 8 from the floor. Pass to Lewis, left corner jumper. No good, bouncing. Rebound by the great leap of Green. Outlet now to Foster at midcourt. Odie Smith drives in, knocks it out of his hands, but out of bounds. Cincinnati ball. King from center court will inbound. 15 all in the rebounding column in the first half. Clyde Lee led all first quarter. Clyde led all rebounders with 6. He had 20 last night for the game. Robertson up high, looks for a triple screen left of the lane where everybody scatters. Now Oscar backs Lewis in, double fake, foul line jumper, off the rim, no good. Lee reaches another rebound for the Warriors, out to Lewis. Bumps his dribble into the forecourt. Stop and go with Robertson on him, he's on the right. Now he comes top of the key. Puts on the brakes, backhands one to Lee, who comes across the lane, but as he hooks, he's traveling. Durking also blocked the shot. So it's a turnover, gives it back to Cincinnati. Mullins comes right back in, Odie Smith out. So Mullins and Lewis are at the guards. Robertson starts into the forecourt now. Crowded by Lewis, who fouls him. Oscar will go to the line for one shot, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Bill, you think?
Oscar on the line. Free throw up. Good. 36-34 Warriors. Now Bob Lewis starts up court, passing to Gamby on the right. Green out on him tight. Green very adept. Gamby goes for a jump shot from the top of the key. Doesn't go. Rebound taken off by Robertson. Out to King. 50-foot pass up to Durking on the left. Tips one to Green, who dunks it. Durking tipped it from 10 feet out on the left, right into the hands of Green, coming down the lane and slammed it. 36 all. Lewis on the left. Lewis to the corner, to the baseline. Inside King. Flips it up too hard. Tip Gamby. No good. Second tip. Good. Looks like Gamby. I thought he had it with the left hand. We'll see for sure. It is he who gets the credit. King misses with a jumper from the right. Foster rebounds in the lane. Fakes Gamby. Shoots a hook. No good. Foul call. Ellis. Up, check it. They say that Gamby got him, not Ellis. It looked like Gamby missed him when he made the stab at him, and that Ellis got him, but apparently Dave made contact. Foster on the line. First one, bouncing over and in. His previous free throw looked as if it wasn't going to get there, and just did, and so did this one. And that one doesn't get there. And this rebound is knocked around by Clyde Lee over to Ellis. And the Warriors have that ball, trailing, leading by one, 38-37. Ellis right side, deep into Lee in the post, right of the key. With his back to Durking, pitches out to Mullins, right corner jumper on the way. It's over and off. Ellis tips, but it's low on the board. Rebound in the lane, taken away by King. Coming up on a 3-on-1. He's in the middle, looks for Green, feeds him in from the right, lay it in. Green's third basket. That's where he thrives, is on that break. Johnny's 36 years old, and he runs like a colt. Gamby on a drive under Green. He's fouled, and...
You'd figure, Bill, if there was any one player out there for Cincinnati that you would recognize or know walking into the building, it'd be Oscar Robertson. And yet, if you look at all the uniforms, he's the only one who has his name on the back, which would mean, I suppose, be contradictory to the word uniform, which is, I suppose, is synonymous for sameness, but they're not uniform because he has his name on the back, nobody else does, and everybody knows who he is.
The Royals have had him on their backs for a long time. Apparently, they've been switching to new uniforms through the season. They must not have figured that Oscar is going to be around when they had the newest ones. Lewis makes the free throw, but it looked like it might have been tipped in by a Warrior, but Rudolph says it fell in. It would have been 2 points had it been tipped in, but he rules that the free throw is good. And 1 point, 41-39. Robertson is out of there now. Van Leer and Van Arsdale are at the guards. The corners are Green, Foster. The center is Durking. Foster from the left corner misses with a jumper. Green rebounds, puts it up and underneath in. 43-39. Green went right under from right to left that time. On the right with the ball is Ellis. Gives to Lewis. 30 feet, right sideline. Now dribbles, takes up the slack. Top of the key. 21-foot jumper. Good! 43-41, Cincinnati. Van Arsdale at the guard spot. Calls out a play. Mullins guards him. Van Leer being guarded by Lewis. Foster on the left, fakes right, goes baseline against Ellis, tries to slide underneath. His pass off, goes to Green in the right corner, scores with a left-hand set from out of the corner, a 20-footer. And that's a range that Johnny has never possessed. 5 hoops for Green. Now at the top of the key, Lewis gives to Ellis straight away. He dribbles, shoots a jumper. Good! Ellis, 6th basket. He has a dozen. 45-43 Cincy. On the left, Van Arsdale looks inside, fakes Ellis, who's out on him now, and as he passes off, we've got a whistle, and a foul is on Van Arsdale. Or is it traveling? Excuse me, it's traveling. I haven't interpreted one sign right yet tonight on a foul or a violation. So time is called right now by the Warriors with 6:55 to go in the second quarter, and the scoreboard showing Cincinnati 45, the Warriors 43. Outside of Connie Durking, who goes at 6'10 and a half, Cincinnati has a very small but mobile team in there. In fact, will most of the night because their 6'10 backup center, rookie Luther Rackley from Xavier of Cincinnati, is injured and is not with the ball club tonight. Also, they lost a good prospect, a rookie guard, Herm Gilliam, to the Army several weeks ago. Here's Lewis coming into the forecourt now as Van Leer hounds him. And the pass intended for Ellis goes out of bounds, and they say Foster hit it. They give it to the Warriors. Foster was overplaying Ellis. Lewis will inbound from the right side. Comes down to Mullins at the sideline. Mullins dribbling with the ball, looking for Clyde Lee, who comes out to pick for him. Snaps it over to Lewis on the left. Now looking deep for Lucas. Lucas takes the pass, and Green fouls him, stabbing across the chest, contesting the pass as Luke went into a deep post. Green was very quick, however, gives up some size to Lucas, and the Warriors are trying to get Luke back in there pretty well. Luke's free throw is good. So it's 45-44 Royals. Ellis guarding Foster, Lucas on Johnny Green, and that's a tough one to handle. Van Leer 35 feet out in front, gives to Durking in the high post. Whips one off to Green, right, fakes left, spins right, comes into the lane, over the shoulder toss to Durking, dribble jumper, good, 15-footer. 47-44, Durking now has 10 points. Mullins into the forecourt for the Warriors, working toward the right to Ellis, then in deep to Clyde Lee, right of the lane, shovels it to Mullins going down the lane, knocked out of bounds, last touch by a Royal. Warriors own it. Right of the lane on the baseline. Mullins will make the pass. Comes to Ellis near the baseline, right corner jumper. Over the rim and off. Long high rebound pulled off by Green. Whips it to Van Leer waiting in midcourt. Comes down 3-on-3 in the middle. Shoots a jumper from the foul line. Perfect! Van Leer, second fielder. 49-44. The Royals back up by 5 after the Warriors briefly led by 3. Lewis top of the key. Turns into the lane. Goes down the lane and scores on a drive. 49-46 Cincy. 5:45 to go, second quarter. Van Leer, stop and go dribble out in front, well away from the deep area. Now to Durking, left of the key, gives to Foster, edge of the key jumper. Ellis flies to it, blocks it. Mullins gets it. Mullins burns a dribble up court, goes to the top of the key, snaps it to Ellis, who goes from the baseline and misses with a layup. Rebound bounces out to Mullins, down the lane, dishes to Lucas. He dribbles, lays it up, in. Lucas with a one-bounce dribble, put it home. 49-48 Cincy. On the left, Durking backing Clyde Lee to the baseline. Stops. He sweeps up a hook shot that's an air ball by 2 feet. Rebound knocked away. Ellis gets it. Out to Mullins. Mullins lobs one underneath to Lee. Lee takes it. Comes down. Tries to lay it up underneath the hoop. It's no good. Van Arsdale contesting. The rebound knocked out of bounds by Lewis out in the right corner. Clyde tried to protect the ball with his body against Van Arsdale underneath, but he got himself completely right under the basket, right under the rim, and tried to scoop it around and couldn't. Coach Al Adles comes in for Lewis now. Van Arsdale walks his dribble up. Warriors one down. Now to Van Leer. Over to Van Arsdale on the right. Fakes left, goes right to the baseline, twists the body, whips it out to Van Leer straight away. Fakes left, goes right, past Adles, down the lane, lays it up too hard, but I think Clyde Lee fouled him. He did. Van Leer on the line.
Well, you can see where Van Leer really mixes up his offense with a good balance of outside shots and moves to the basket. And, of course, this forces the defense to play him in an honest manner. You can't overplay him for one or the other.
He is not an outstanding outside shooter, but enough of a threat that it's diverse, and he misses both free throws. He's averaging 9.3 points a game. Adles up the left side with the ball now for the Warriors, who trail by 1. Alvin behind Clyde Lee's pick, top of the key, gives it up to Mullins straight away. Hounded by Van Arsdale. He's double teamed now, swings it to Ellis, right corner. Foster out on him fast. Ellis dribbles, pulls up, shoots a jumper, misses from 15, popping out into the hands of Green, who fires to Van Arsdale into the forecourt. Dribbling slowly on the left, gives to Van Leer. Now to Durking, top of the key. Looks deep, but feeds over to Foster on the right. Dropping it, he picks it up. Around the horn comes to Van Leer. Left corner to Green. Fakes to Durking, then Green starts to go to the baseline, and he steps on the baseline out of bounds. He started to make a herky-jerk spin move against Lucas, but got his foot on the line. Warrior ball. Into Adles now. The muscular Warrior boss into the forecourt. Pass to the right to Ellis. Crowded by Foster. Ellis stop and go dribble. Top of the key. Now gives to Mullins. Mullins parallel to the lane on the right, and the foul called here as Foster stepped out, picked him up on a switch, and is called for the foul on the dribble. Bill Turner is coming on for the Royals. Ellis gets a rest for the Warriors, and Portman comes back. Turner is replacing Green. Green came in and got a nice cluster of 5 baskets. Mullins floats in the free throw, and the Warriors have tied it at 49-all with 4 to go in the second quarter. Van Leer takes his time coming across with his dribble. Adles guarding him. Mullins on Van Arsdale. Pass to Van Arsdale in front to Van Leer. Now over to the left corner to Foster. Into the post to Durking. Left of the key. Fakes. Gives out to Van Leer. A dribble, a jumper. In and out from the left corner. And the rebound is a jump ball between Lucas and Van Arsdale. They'll jump at the foul line of Cincinnati. All set now. The tip by Lucas to Mullins. Backhands one to Adel. Steams into the forecourt. 3-on-3 to Mullins. Right of the lane. One dribble. A jumper from 12 is there. Mullins hitting. He has 10. And the Warriors back to the lead. 51-49. Warriors have run off 8-1 on Cincinnati here now. Van Arsdale on the right with the ball. Dribbling, stuttering to the top of the key. Left-hand hook pass to Durking. Baseline right. 18-foot hook. It's good. Fading away toward the right corner. Durking swishes one in. 6 baskets for Big Connie, a 10-year veteran. Go. He hasn't tied it. He's got it on, but it's dangling around. Adels now gives over to Portman, coming out from the right into the lane, leans in, shoots, misses from 8 feet. Almost went. Rebounded by Durking. Snaps a 30-foot pass up to Foster, left of the key. Challenged by Mullins. Out to Van Arsdale. Left corner for the jumper. No good. Lucas gets the rebound. Turner knocks it away. Luke gets it back. Gives it up to Portman. Across he comes, giving the ball now to Adels. Adels turns it on, going down the lane. Bullets one to Lee. He dribbles and strikes for a hook shot, and Turner fouls him. Warriors by 2. Clyde was within room enough to just sweep up a quick little hook, but he took that instinctive dribble. It must have happened the first time he handled a basketball, which a lot of guys do. Even the most accomplished pros will sometimes take that useless dribble. It becomes a habit thing. That's something that Wilt has always done. Underneath. Kind of coil the body off that dribble, but oftentimes gives the defender a chance to whack you. But Clyde makes both free throws. Of course, in Wilt's case, it doesn't matter because he just sticks the guy through the hoop usually. 59-55. Warriors leading. King out in front. Warriors have a team foul to use when they decide they want to. King drives past to Van Arsdale on the left. He penetrates with a drive down the lane and scores on a layup. Now here's the inbound pass coming from Lucas to Mullins. Mullins up the left sideline. 30 seconds to go. The Warriors by 2 in the second quarter on a drive. Mullins shot blocked by Turner, knocked out of bounds. The Warriors are leading at the half, 63-58. Starting the third quarter, Warriors will be moving to the goal to our left. They shot 49%, Cincinnati 53% in the opening half. The Warriors had a 28-26 rebounding edge. Here's Hank.
Well, a lot of our selections are out there as Connie Durking and Clyde Lee jump. The ball is into the forecourt of Cincinnati or the Warriors. Lucas picks it up and scores. Lucas and Robertson were having a race for the ball, and Lucas beat him to it. Picked it up, laid it in. 65-58 Warriors as they get a quick 2. Robertson with a pass on the left side to Foster. Ellis drops off of him. Foster starts to drive, pulls up from 15 feet and scores. Fred Foster worked his way in a little bit closer to the hoop that time and gunned one in from the free throw line and make it a 65-60 ball game. Warriors by 5. Foster now 8 out of 13 from the field. Mullins with the ball. Looks for Clyde Lee screen. Goes behind it. Whips cross court to Odie Smith, who aims, doesn't shoot. Drives, dishes cross court to Lucas, who's open for a one-hander. Off the rim, no good. Foster is down. He's on the floor. Is he going to get up, however? That's the question as the ball goes out of bounds.
About 30 seconds ago, when he made the jump shot at the other end of the court, he came back down court limping on, I believe it was his left ankle. I'm not sure. It appeared that he landed a little bit off on the side of it, and it's been bothering him, and it looks like he might have again twisted it in there.
Going to take a look at him anyway as the 22nd timeout. Foster, of course, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, had ankle problems earlier in the season, which kept him out of a couple of ball games. One game he was supposed to miss against the Warriors and played, as I recall, but yeah, that was in Cincinnati earlier in the year, a game the Warriors won. Foster is going to stay in the ball game, so no substitution will be made as Robertson and Van Arsdale. Now in the backcourt, Van Arsdale started the game as a forward. Now let me just take a look. That's right. So he and Oscar are now teaming up at the guard. Smith guards Van Arsdale as he comes to the middle. Odie knocks it away, but it's picked up by Oscar. Top of the circle. Drives to the right. Picked up on a switch by Clyde Lee. They go to the mismatch. Durking with a hook over Mullins. It's good. It counts. He's fouled. And there is that instant recognition on the part of the great Oscar Robertson, who can just sniff out that mismatch so instinctively, getting that ball to Connie Durking. And how many times over the years, Bill, have they worked that with first Wayne Embry and then Connie Durking?
I'll never forget the ball game in Cleveland a couple of years ago. Probably the greatest execution for 48 minutes I ever saw of it.
Connie completes the three-point play to make it 65-63. The Royals close to within 2 as Odie Smith brings it up court. On the right, he shovels it past to Joe Ellis, gets a return pass, comes to Mullins on the left side, who drops the ball. Oscar knocks it out of his hands. He picks it up again, pass in deep to Lucas. But first, we're going to have a foul on Johnny Green as he was grabbing Lucas. As Luke started to make a move to the hoop, Johnny Green, who doesn't get beat very often, and if he does, can often recover. And it'll be a one-shot foul as Lucas goes to the line. Minute 11 gone by in the third quarter as Luke guns in the free throw to make it 66-63. Warriors' biggest lead was 7. Van Arsdale's pass comes up court to Oscar Robertson. Between the circles, comes to the right-hand side. They look for Van Arsdale in deep against the smaller Odie Smith. But as the ball goes out of bounds, they're going to call a foul on Odie Smith, who was pushing Van Arsdale. As Bill, I think Odie knew that the taller Van Arsdale had good position on him inside.
He almost got away with it because Manny Sokol, who was right on top of the play, was screened out of it, and Mendy Rudolph out in front could see right through a little avenue there to see what happened.
Tom Van Arsdale puts his free throw through the hoop to make it a 66-64 ball game. The Warrior lead is 2. Warriors call out a play. Mullins brings it up court, guarded by Robertson between the circles, about 25 feet out. Starts the drive on the right-hand side, tries to back Oscar in, gives it up to Ellis instead. Joe's chased out of there by Oscar on a switch. He turns, sees Johnny Green, doesn't shoot, gives to Lucas. Lucas starts the drive, has the ball punched away from Green, from behind, goes out of bounds. Warriors will have 10 seconds in which to inbound. Baseline underneath the hoop. It goes to Ellis from a jump shot from the corner, off the rim, no good. Van Arsdale and Green both go for the rebound. Johnny gets it to Robertson. Robertson in the forecourt. Oscar controlling the dribble, waiting for his team to set up. Durking sets a pick. Coming behind it is Foster. Ellis overplays the pass, knocks it away. Foster picks it up. Robertson's got it back. Robertson starts to penetrate. Backs in on Ellis. Turns, comes to the middle, falls back with a jumper and ties the game. Beautiful maneuvering by Oscar Robertson that time as he fell back with a jumper over the taller Joe Ellis. Here's Mullins driving into the corner. Pulls up. Jump shot. 20. Good! Mullins gets the lead right back for the Warriors, 68-66, 9:45 remaining third quarter. Van Arsdale, head fake, runs right into Odie Smith. Still controls the dribble, gives the ball to Oscar Robertson. Oscar on the left-hand side as Durking sets up in low. Van Arsdale sets up on the baseline. They try to front Van Arsdale, gets the pass anyway. Clyde Lee helps on the weak side, back to Robertson. Now to Foster, drives down the middle, pulls up, banks a shot, no good, tips it up and in. Oh, what an effort by Fred Foster, who really showed us something on that one. Missed his shot as he tried to bank it, but hung up there in the air and tipped it back home to tie it at 68. Mullins out high is Clyde Lee. Comes to meet the pass. Backdoor pass to Lucas underneath. Puts a reverse hook in. Good. That was a set play that time with Clyde Lee coming out high and Lucas flashing low. And that was a tough pass. But Lucas grabbed it and put it in. Warriors again lead by 2. Robertson comes to the right-hand side. Whips it past to Connie Durking straight away. They look underneath to Van Arsdale, but it's overplayed by Lucas and Smith and intercepted. Here comes Odie, but from behind it's punched away by Johnny Green. It hits Manny Sokol in the back. Here's a long breakaway pass to Van Arsdale ahead of everybody. Scores. That ball was going out of bounds. It would have been a Warrior ball, but it hit Manny Sokol, and Manny was in play. Nice to see he's doing something out there. The ball is given into the corner to Lucas. Return pass is deflected, knocked out of bounds, this time safely so by Johnny Green. Warrior ball. Don't see that too often, Bill. That's like a baseball hit down the third baseline that hits an umpire, and if that umpire is in fair territory, he's in play. He's also in pain, probably. Clyde Lee gets the inbounds pass, gives up to Mullins. We have a 70-all ball game. Jeff picked up on a switch by Billy Turner, jumps one over. Billy and scores! Turner switched out positively that time, but Jeff quickly gunned it over him. Here's Oscar with the ball, guarded by Mullins. Comes to the right, into the corner to Van Arsdale for a jumper over Smith. Short off the rim. Lucas tips the rebound in and out of the hands of Mullins, who recovers. Long cross-court pass to Odie Smith. Pulls up, tries to bank it, misses by a mile. Rebound taken down by Connie Durking with a breakaway pass intended for Van Arsdale. He's got it. He streaks in for a layup from the side and scores. Oh, what fast-paced basketball action here tonight. 72 all, 7:52 remaining third quarter. Ellis burns the dribble up on the right-hand side. Picked up by Van Arsdale. Looks for Lucas. Lucas cutting down the lane for an easy layup as he ran his man into a screen that time, and Lucas scores. Luke looking to go for the hoop. Here's a pass to Fred Foster, who drops it. Picked up by Joe Ellis. Here come the Warriors running. Ellis into forecourt. 1 against 4. Jump shot, Joe, off the rim, no good. Rebound taken down by Van Arsdale. Outlet pass goes quickly to Oscar Robertson to Billy Turner. Billy down the lane, dishes one back to Oscar Robertson. It's knocked away by Odie Smith, picked up by Turner. Turner to Foster. Foster from 18. It goes 16. It goes out of bounds. It's a Warrior ball. Well, there's the first moment anybody's had to catch their breath here in this third quarter as Smith comes out, Williams comes in.
7:17 to go now in this third period. And Van Leer, who did not start the second half because of a four-foul situation, now comes back on. Van Arsdale moves up to a corner, and Foster goes to the bench. Forecourt, Fritz Williams on the right, giving to Ellis, getting it back. Fritz now dribbles laterally to the edge of the key, takes a jumper from 18. Good! So Fritz broke his little drought in that first half. He'd been 0 for 2. He went 1 for 11 last night. Turner on the right now. Back out in front to Van Arsdale. Top of the key. Williams knocks it away from the side. Robertson retrieves. Bullets one to the right for Van Leer. Back top of the key to Robertson. Over to Van Arsdale on the left. Flat foot jump shot over Ellis. He partially blocked it. Lucas gets it. His outlet pass broken up. Robertson gets it. Left corner to Turner. A dribble. A jumper. 2. 18-footer by Turner, and the Warriors' lead is down to 2 again as time is called by the Warriors. 6:42 to go in the third quarter, and the scoreboard showing Warriors 76, Cincinnati 74. Warriors, as I mentioned, have fallen off a bit on the free throw line in the third quarter. They're only 3 for 6. They are, however, 16 for 21 for the game. Cincinnati had only 9 free throws in the first half. They are now 7 for 13 for the game. So a very low number of free throws attempted by both clubs, particularly Cincinnati. Warrior guards press in the backcourt. Now King comes up the right side, double teamed at midcourt, jumps a pass to Van Arsdale, baseline right, back to King. Swings it to Durking straight away. Back to right of the corner to Van Arsdale. Round the horn to Robertson, top of the key, looks deep for Durking. They've got a mismatch, but Durking may have spent too much time in the lane. Let's see. They're calling a zone violation against the Warriors, a 3-second violation defensively on the zone. All right, here's King coming into the forecourt again. On now it goes to Van Arsdale, top of the key, back to Foster. 25-foot straightaway jumper, short on the front rim. Rebound deflected by Durking out to King. He brings it out on the right, stop and go in the corner, snaps it to straightaway to Foster. Drives down the lane to the left, leans in, misses with a 5-footer. Taken off now by Portman, outlet to Lewis. Hurry up, dribble left side, back to Portman, down the lane, backhands it up, lays it in. Van Arsdale was really pressuring him. 87-86 Cincinnati. Schluter guarding Durking as Durking was complaining about Schluter's physical play. On the baseline, a jump shot by Robertson. It went in, but a whistle first. And it's on Schluter for pushing Durking. 5 team fouls on the Warriors. Connie has 1 and a penalty. We have 1:10 to go in the third quarter. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. Durking has made the first. The Royals lead by 2. His penalty shot is also good, and Durking with 9 in this quarter has 24 for the game. Van Arsdale has 20. Now to a high post. Schluter dribbles, looks deep, gives it to Lucas, coming to the edge of the key, push it to Schluter, rolling to the hoop. He's tripped, he falls down, the ball goes out of bounds, no foul. Robertson and King sandwiched him, but they call it no foul. Robertson into the forecourt. On the left side, Lewis guarding. Oscar with a bit of a stutter dribble, turns his back to Bobby, feeds Durking. Durking dribbles, turns into the lane, hooks, scores, no basket. He fouled Schluter. Nope. He's called for traveling, not fouling. So it's a Warrior ball as the hoop does not count. Warriors trailing by 3 on the left. Williams dribbling, pounding that ball. Stalked by Fred Foster now. Williams to the foul line, gives to Lewis straight away. He's in traffic, tries to clear it out. It's knocked away, but Schluter gets it over to Portman. Right corner, a jumper, short. Rebound deflected out of bounds. It may have gone off Jimmy King. It did. So again, it's a Warrior ball. Williams comes in, comes back out now to Bobby Lewis between the circles. Lewis stands there pounding the dribble. Warriors with 21 seconds left in the quarter, 17 on their shot timer. They're going to work it down for one good shot. We'll give you the shot timer time, which now shows 11. Adams right along the sideline, coaching Bobby Lewis. Now with 8, Bobby starts to go, fires it over to the right for Williams, the corner jumper. Good! Fritz hits from the corner. And the Warriors executed it perfectly. 7 seconds left now in the third quarter. Robertson fires a bullet down the left corner to Van Arsdale, who shoots from 28 feet. Off the rim and no good. And the horn sounds. Durking snatched the rebound, but not in time to get a shot up. And so at the end of 3 quarters of play, the scoreboard shows Cincinnati 89 and the Warriors 88. Ellis is back in for the Warriors. Mullins and Clyde Lee will be coming on to start the fourth quarter here. So it'll be Ellis teamed up with Lucas, Clyde Lee in the pivot, Williams and Mullins in the back court. Cincinnati appears to be going with Durking all the way in the pivot, as they almost have to, although I've seen them do it with Johnny Green working a post and wheeling and dealing, even though he's only 6'5". You've got Foster along with Van Arsdale, Robertson, and King. Foster has 20, Van Arsdale 20, and Durking 24 going to the last quarter. Lucas 19, Mullins 18, top the Warriors. And the tip deflected around, comes off to Jeff Mullins. Mullins into the forecourt, lobs one to Lucas going under, and he muscles it up, scores! I don't think Lucas missed yet in the second half. If that's the case, he's 9 out of 10. Oh, the Warriors back to the lead by 1, 90-89. Foster tries to go back door, but King can't get it to him. Now to Durkee, now to Foster, left corner, guarded by Lucas. He dribbles, pulls up, 20-foot jumper, left side, off the rim. Mullins rebounds with a well-timed leap away from Durkee, brings it up court. Jeff pounding that ball high, sliding along, now goes to the top of the key, jumper from 17. Air ball falls on the baseline where King gets it, just inside the line. King pushes a quick pass down court. Lucas knocks it away from Foster and saves it with a dive. Mullins gets it down to Williams. Right corner to Ellis. A dribble, a 21-footer. Good. Oh, I'll tell you, that was some play by Lucas. The second tremendous effort he's made in the second half to force a turnover. That time he dived headlong. Over on the left side with the ball is Van Arsdale. A dribble from 25, a jumper, no good off the rim. Rebound grabbed by King out of the pack. Comes out to the right, snaps it to Robertson in front. To the left of Van Arsdale, a 12-foot jumper is good. Van Arsdale, and it's 92-90. Let's check it, 92-91 Warriors. Out in front now, Williams with the ball. Williams top of the key, passes over to Ellis, straight away. Ellis fakes, then drives parallel to the lane, but well out to the right. Bob and weave dribble, a turn, a jumper, a good one! A 15-footer. Ellis with 16. Lucas has missed once in the second half, so he has 9 out of 11 tonight from the floor. Warriors by 3. Robertson in front now, Williams guarding. Over to Van Arsdale on the right, comes into the lane, fires to Foster, wide open in the left corner, a jumper on the way, off the rim. Rebounded by Mullins in the lane again, a bounce pass to Williams. Fritz into the forecourt with a chop step, bounces one to Lucas, he streaks, he scores, coming in to the right. Boy, Luke was really sailing that time. He's 10 out of 12 from the floor. Jimmy King, bob and weave dribble, goes by Williams all the way, shovel shot misses, rebound taken by Williams. The Warriors lead by 5. Williams forecourt leads Mullins too far with a bounce pass on a 3-on-2, and it's out of bounds. Cincinnati gets it back, and Cousy gets Johnny Green in. Moves Van Arsdale back to a guard. King comes out of there. Van in the forecourt now, between the circles. Pass to Robertson up high, top of the key. Faking Williams, dribbles to the right, shoots a one-hander over Fritz. Off the mark, Clyde Lee hounds down the rebound on the baseline. Gives it now to Williams, fires it up court on the right side to Ellis, sliding along with a left-hand dribble. Backing up against Foster, a little bit shorter, but maybe stronger. Ellis, top of the key, a jumper. Good! Holy Toledo! Ellis has caught fire again. Al Adels is up body Englishing every Ellis shot. On the left now, Robertson stop and go. Warriors by 7 to Van Arsdale. A dribble into the lane, a hang in the air, a flipper. Good! An 8-foot overhand flip shot with Mullins giving him pressure. Van Arsdale 24. Warriors by 5. 9 minutes left. Over to Lucas on the left. Green punches to the ball. Luke steers Green into a Clyde Lee's pick. Gives to Ellis coming from the top. Off to the left. There's the jumper. Good again! 16-footer by Ellis. He has hit 4 in a row in a devastating display here. Now on the right, Robertson with the ball, and the Warriors lead by 7 again. Round to Foster, left side angle. Tries to clear it to Oscar, but Williams won't let him. Ellis guarding Foster as Foster takes it to the left corner with a dribble. Bounce pass deep to Oscar against Fritz on the baseline left. Oscar now looks over the shoulder, starts the dribble. He turns, falls back, shoots. Bouncing, no good. Tipped. Green, no good. Rebound knocked by Lucas over to Williams. Fast break, 4-on-2. He stops, top of the key, takes a foul line jumper, buries it. Cincinnati wants time. Ellis has ignited a furious Warrior assault here. And with 8:15 to go in the ballgame, the fans get all riled up about it themselves as the Warriors lead 102-93. Out of bounds, and of course it was disallowed because it was shot from out of bounds, and Seattle got the ball, was fouled, and they won a 4-point decision. Here's Robertson now, giving the ball out to Green, deep to Foster, cuts under it, scores left to right. Foster ran a baseline pattern and beat Joe Ellis with it. 102-95. Foster has 22. He got 13 of them in the opening quarter. Warriors by 7. Williams now over to the right to Mullins, to Lee on a high post. Guarded by Durking, he gets rid of it to Ellis on the right. Ellis shoulder faking, going to the right corner. Swings it back to Mullins, top of the key. Dishes to Williams, open on the left. There's a jumper, there's 2. Williams, 15-footer. He's knocked in 4 of them here in the second half. On the right with the ball now is Van Arsdale, giving to Green outside. Left hands a bullet to Durking, and then Green cuts for the hoop. His pass to him is knocked away, picked up by Foster on the left. Back to Durking, up the left of the key. Dribbles once, gives to Van Arsdale, right side angle, dumps a pass into Durking. Hooks up from 10, no good. Rebound, Lucas. He's knocked away, but he gets rid of it to Williams. Up court to Ellis. Ellis across now, top of the key, 21-foot jumper. Good again. 1-2. Has 22. He's made 5 in a row. That last one came from Hagenberger Road. On the left side, Robertson with the ball now. Gives it to Van Arsdale, left corner, 25-footer. Bouncing once, twice, no good. Green snatches the rebound, but on the way back, he's fouled by Ellis. Make it Lucas. I thought Joe got him, but Luke was the man who was hit with a foul. 6:57 to go. The Warriors by 11 in this quarter. They ripped off 16 to the Royals 6. Free throw number 1 is no good as Johnny Green is on the line. And the second one is there. 106-96. Green over the years always in the 50% area, shooting 58.5% this year at the foul line. Lucas on the left, dribbling against Green. Green steals and fouls him doing it. So, Jerry Lucas going to the line, and Johnny Green is nailed with his 4th foul.
Bill, while I have a moment, I want to mention that there's several groups here tonight enjoying the ball game, and I'm sure they are, including a group from the First Latin American Assembly of God of San Jose, California, and another group from Mount Diablo YMCA, and just 2 of several here tonight enjoying what has been a very fine basketball game.
A moment ago, I said the Warriors had run 16-6. It's 18-6 in this quarter. Shot is good. Since I had said 16-6, Green had made a free throw, so Lucas makes this free throw. It's now 19-7. Is that confusion? On a drive, Foster. Foul by Ellis going to the hoop, and Fred will get 2 free throws. At the time I had first stated it was properly 18-6. Green went onto the line, made it 18-7 in the quarter, and Lucas made it 19-7.
Bill, I have a feeling the Warriors may have to go back to that sagging type of defense and clog the middle, as it looks like the Royals are trying to go drive to the hoop on every occasion now and disdain the outside shot.
Foster was awarded only 1 shot, and he misses. The Warriors getting the rebound. Ellis now on the right side. The Royals are really chopping away at that ball into Lee in the lane. Pass out to Ellis in front, over to Lucas, left of the key. 17 feet out, he dribbles top of the key, spins it back with a bounce pass to Mullins on the left, shoots a quick jumper and hits. 14-footer by Jeff. He has 20. 109-96 Warriors. Now Cincinnati with a 4-man offense while Green puts on his shoe. Over to the right side of Van Arsdale. Looking deep, but swinging it now to Durking, right of the key. He fakes, he spins back to the baseline, forces up a shot on which Clyde Lee fouls it. The shot very short. Clyde has 5 fouls now as Mullins is carrying 4. Van Leer is fouled out for Cincinnati long ago. Durking going the distance for the Royals here tonight. Warriors by 13, 6:04 to go. Durking's first one is there. Connie in his 10th professional season, averaging over 22 a game. Both of them are good. For this game, he now is good for 26. Up court, Mullins for the Warriors, leading by 11. Mullins top of the key. Mullins into the lane, across with the bounce pass to Williams, right corner, jumper, too hard, high rebound, the baseline, fought for Mullins, trying to save, down of bounds. So the ball belongs to Cincinnati. Schluter comes in. Al Adle's going to get Clyde out of there for a few minutes. 5:55 to go. And here's the inbound pass to Robertson. Over to Van Arsdale, who streaks a dribble down the lane. Hooks one to Durkin. Comes from the left into the lane. A hook lean in, no good. His own rebound. Scoop shot, good. Durkin with a good bit of hustle. Now Mullins starts up court with the ball for the Warriors. Their lead now down to 9. Mullins top of the key. Gives to Ellis. Ellis straightaway jumper. 23 feet. Good. He hasn't missed hit in the last quarter since coming back in. He has 6 in a row. From the left, Foster into the lane. Ellis fouls him on the dribble. Manny Sokol coming over to the side to indicate to the scorer who the foul was on, and as Ellis was barbering at him, Manny put the whistle in his mouth. I thought he was going to hit him with a technical, but he didn't. Foster's mad now because he's awarded 1 shot rather than 2. Team foul number 4 on the Warriors since he has only 1. Foster misses. Rebound Lucas. Outlet to Mullins. Up the right sideline. Parallel to the line. 2 hands, 1 over to Williams in front. Williams dribbles off toward the left. Al Adel standing in front of the bench coaching. Pass to Schluter. Out to Williams. Over to the right to Ellis. 25 feet out. He dribbles top of the key. Puts on the brake. Spins off a pass to Mullins. Jumper from the right. 20 feet. Too hard off the rim. The rebound speared by Robertson with a leap. Oscar tonight has a total of 9 points. Feeds one down to the right to Van Arsdale. He drives into the lane. Pulls up. Sliding away and scores with a jumper. Still moving to the side. When he pulled up, he hit from 11 feet. 111-102 Warriors. 4:50 to go. Mullins with the ball now. Over to the right side, Williams has it. Williams setting up, dribbles, flips it to Mullins in front, in deep to Lucas. Green fouls him over the shoulder, contesting the pass as they went to the pattern that put Luke deep in the post. 5 on Johnny Green in the foul column.
Bill, sometimes it can be very tough when you're overplaying somebody in one direction. Let's say you're overplaying somebody to his right, and you yourself are left-handed like Green is. And you try to reach in for the pass like that, it can be very awkward, and perhaps that may have led to the foul that he just committed.
Here's Lucas on the line for the Warriors, right-handing it and getting it. He's had a whale of a ball game, one of his best. 25 for Luke. Not as many rebounds as usual, but some excellent defensive efforts. On the left side, Williams knocks the ball away from Robertson as he receives a pass. 6,128 here tonight watching the Warriors, who now lead by 10. Van Arsdale on the left, dribbles toward the corner, stops, fakes Mullins by him. Mullins recovers, so he gives to Foster left side angle, to Robertson top of the key. Dribbles to the right, pulls up from 18, shoots the jumper right there. Oscar with 11. He has not done much shooting tonight. 112-104 Warriors. Adels calls out a play from the bench. Williams between the circles, pass to Ellis on the right. Ellis spins away from Foster's pressure, and a foul is called. Ellis went on to hit a top of the key jumper, but seconds after the whistle, Ellis was not fouled. Foster did commit the foul, however, running into Schluter, who was setting the pick off which Ellis was working. Schluter puts home the free throw, and the Warriors lead by 9. Van Arsdale on the right. Williams steps out, picks him up, now to Robertson, to Durkin, high post, back to Oscar, straight away. Stop and go dribble, goes toward the left corner, starts to back Ellis up as he picked him up on a switch. A hook pass deep to Green. He quickly lays it up. It doesn't go, but he's fouled. Green with hands like lightning got that ball up, but Schluter fouled him.
The reason he had to have those hands like lightning was because of that hook pass that Oscar threw, cutting across. And Johnny, who's always been one of the great weak side cutters in the business, you can imagine the possibilities of the two of them working together.
Green hits the first left-handed free throw. Used to shoot him jump shot style, but he doesn't anymore. Bouncing over and in. 113-106. Warriors lead down to 7 now. 3:55 to go. Mullins on the right to Ellis. Ellis right side angle. Dribbling around toward the top of the key, and we got an offensive foul on Schluter, moving pick. So it's turned over to the Royals, and Ryan Lee comes back with 5 fouls. He's been out of there a little over 3 minutes. Oscar's pass comes in now. Goes to Van Arsdale. Now back to Oscar. Guarded by Williams. Williams stabbing at the ball, knocking it away. Hook pass in deep to Durkin, and a pushing foul on Clyde Lee, and he's fouled out of the game just 7 seconds after returning. 3:46 to go. Clyde leads with 8 points. Dale Well, Schluter starting in and had not reported, and the Warriors went screaming to him because that would have cost him a technical. So Dierking on the line, looking for his 29th point of the night. Warriors lead by 7, but Cincinnati making a rally now. This one no good. This one is good. So Cincinnati has scored 11 while the Warriors have been getting just 4 in a counterattack. 3:32 to go. Warriors by 6. Time beginning to move slowly for the Warriors now. Williams on the right with the ball. Van Arsdale hounding him. He gets a pick from Schluter. Van Arsdale fights through. Williams goes top of the key, goes down the lane. The ball knocked away. He kicks it. It goes out of bounds. He hollers at Sokol, claiming he was fouled. Warriors' whole bench is exploding, and now Williams got the technical. As Williams retreated backward up court playing defense, he was hollering at Sokol all the way, face to face, about 10 feet away, and you knew it was coming. Al Adams does a pensive pace back and forth in front of the Warrior bench as Dierking makes this free throw. 30 for Connie. And now it's 113-108. Cincinnati has come for 12 points to the Warriors 4 in this stretch. Robertson on the left of the ball to Dierking, left side angle, back to the big O. Oh, getting a screen, but Williams fights through. Now, Robertson dribbles, Williams checks him. Oscar tries to back him into the left of the key, comes to the top of the key, shoots a jumper. Good! A marvelous effort by Robertson, always under control. And it's now 113-110. And Cincinnati has the momentum, even though they trail by 3. 2:55 to go. Williams top of the key, gives to Ellis. Ellis dribbles once, shoots a 24-footer. That one is short! His streak ends, and the rebound taken by Dierking. Ellis had hit 6 in a row, plus a 7th that didn't count because it came after a foul. Left corner to Foster. Bullets to Dierking down the lane. Layup good. He's fouled. It counts. And Cincinnati is closed to within 1. The foul is on Ellis. Dierking has 2 chances to make one on the 5th-team foul for the Warriors. And Cincinnati, from the low water mark for them, 13 down, now has really come on strong as Dierking shoots and hits. They have made 17 to the Warriors 4 after the Warriors had a run of 18-7. Now on a high post, Schluter gives the ball to Mullins. Back to Lucas, left side angle. Lucas dribbling, stopping, giving to Ellis right side. Foster plays him tough. Robertson steps out on a switch. Ellis backhands a pass to Mullins. Green fronts him. Green steals. Feeds a pass to midcourt to Van Arsdale. Driving 3-on-3. Ellis makes a clean block and his drive shot out of bounds. 2:18 to go. 113-113. All tied up. Van Arsdale into Dierking in the right corner. Back to Van. Van jumper is on the way. No good from 25. Rebound in the lane. Williams and Robertson after it. It's a loose ball. We've got a foul called on Williams. It's a loose ball foul, but with the Warriors in penalty time, Robertson will shoot 1 and a penalty. Can't help but think of the ball game the Warriors won earlier in the season at Cincinnati in an overtime when they were down 9 points with 3:12 to go. They tied it and then went into the overtime to win. Cincinnati was down more than that, but with more time left. Oscar swishes the first one, and the Royals now lead 114-113. They've made 10 straight. There's Robertson hitting. That's their 11th straight point. Williams into the forecourt for the Warriors. 115-113 Cincinnati. Pass now goes to Mullins out in front. Mullins dribbling top of the key. Mullins moves off to the left. Looks for Williams. Looks for Lucas. Swings it to Williams straight away. Under 2 minutes to go. Deep to Lucas. Guarded by Green. He gets away from him. He's fouled by Foster from the side on the way to the hoop. And Foster gets his 3rd foul. Lucas will have a chance to tie it up. That's the 4th-team foul for Cincinnati. Timeout by the Warriors. 1:54 to go in the ball game, and the scoreboard showing Cincinnati 115, Warriors 113. Hank, the whole Cincinnati momentum seemed to have its beginnings when Clyde Lee caught his 5th foul and came out of there with just a little over 6 to go in the ball game when the Warriors had led by 13. The Royals have made a tremendous run here of 19 points to the Warriors 4, and the Royals have made the last 11 points in the game here.
One big thing, Bill, that might have occurred on this last foul is it deprived Cincinnati of using any more fouls strategically. They had one more foul coming to them, but it was a two-shot foul that they just committed.
Lucas flips in the first one. He now has 26 for the night. Ellis has 24. He's got them both. He ties it up. All right, into the forecourt now comes Van Arsdale. 1:15 all, 1:48 to go. Gives to Robertson way out. Let's see if Oscar will work it himself. Gives to Durkin, gets it back. He's getting a pick from Durkin as William fights around the pick. Oscar standing, stationary, dribbling. Now goes toward the left corner, shoots a 22-foot jumper. Good. Always on balance. Robertson putting the Royals up by 2. Williams up court now, giving it to Mullins. Jeffrey in this last quarter has been able to get up only one hoop successfully. To high post to Schluter. Now to Mullins on the left. Mullins dribbling, top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot timer. Over to Lucas and deep to Schluter. Open for a moment, but not now. Out to Mullins, right corner. Good with a jumper. Mullins 23. 1:17 all, 1:15 to go. Van Arsdale down the left sideline. Ellis guarding Foster. Lucas on the quick and clever Johnny Green. Foster left sideline, dribbling with the ball, top of the key with the ball, gives it to Robertson, who drops it but goes after it and gets it back. Williams out on him now. Williams have to fight the pick. Oscar working behind the pick by Durkin, comes top of the key, foul line, up, jumper, good! Another Robertson masterpiece. And he now has 10 in the last quarter. 19 for the game. 1:19, 1:17, Cincinnati, 50 seconds to go. Now Mullins on the right. Mullins toward the corner. 21-foot jumper too hard. Foster rebounds. Cincinnati ball. 43 seconds left. If they get the hoop here, then they've really got control. And Oscar, 10 years under his belt in the NBA, comes down, taking it top of the key, using up some time. We have 32 in the game, 12 on their shot timer. Left corner, Foster, a long one-hander. It's no good. Green goes up. The tip doesn't go. And it's rebounded by Schluter. 23 seconds to go. Now to Lucas, down the lane. Feeds Dallas. 10-footer. Good. Baseline right. 18 seconds in the ball game. Cincinnati coming into the forecourt. They're not going to call a timeout. Van Arsdale with the ball, 11 seconds. Van Arsdale on the left side. It's all tied, 1:19. Now Robertson, 6 seconds. Robertson to the top of the key. He bounces one to Van Arsdale. A 20-footer, good from the right side. 1 second to go. And the Warriors call timeout. Robertson hitting Van Arsdale with a bounce pass for Van's jumper from the 20-foot right side angle mark. 1:21, 1:19, Cincinnati. The Warriors will get the ball at side center court, and 1 second will be left. And Hank, you know, I mentioned that Seattle situation last night when Cincinnati was on the other end. They were 2 down with 2 seconds left. And Robertson made the pass from side center court that went through the hoop, but of course was not legal since it was passed from out of bounds.
Interesting to see where Johnny Green sets up, Bill, because that's about the best defense you can have going for you in a situation like this. Offensively, of course, you can't set up very much. It's interesting that last time down, Cincinnati had the ball. When Oscar realized it was getting critical, he didn't have the ball, but he ran right up to the man and went to meet the pass to preclude any possibility of a cross-court pass. I forget who it was who had the ball for Cincinnati, but he ran right at him and said, okay, give it to me now.
It was Van Arsdale who gave it to him on the left, and then Van went through and off to the right side. Well, Cincinnati has made a torrid comeback, scoring 25 points to the Warriors' 10 since the Warriors got their biggest lead of the night of 13 points in a great breakout. Ellis in this quarter has 14 points, 26 for the game. Lucas has a big one, 26. But Cincinnati has 30 from Durkin, 28 from Van Arsdale, 19 from Oscar, and 22 from Foster. Here's the pass. It goes to Ellis, left corner, a 26-footer. Back rim, no good. And the ball game is over. Ellis about 8 feet up the line from the left corner, fired a fallbacker, fell into the Warriors bench. He was just a little offline, just missing on the back rim as the horn signaled the end, and the Warriors were deprived of what seemed only minutes before a second straight victory, something they haven't tasted since February 1st. But Cincinnati, with a stirring counterattack, overcame what had been a great Warrior surge and won it down the stretch, 121 to 119.